Welcome you all to this one-day forum, which aims to shine a spotlight on the subject matter of inclusion in our political process. We note the improvements and innovations that the Commission has brought into the electoral process, but we believe more can be done to ensure people with disability and people with living with albinism and who have peculiar needs can be catered to. The number of people with albinism in Nigeria is estimated at around 2 million. And this is a number you cannot dismiss with a wave of the hand. The Albino Foundation, during the post-mortem of the last general election, called upon INEC to designate election materials meant for albinos as sensitive. This will effectively make election officials treat them with the attention they deserve. Again, according to the World Health Organization, in 2018, about 29 million of the 195 million people who comprise Nigeria's national population were living with disability. Data from the 2018 Nigeria Demographic and Health Survey reveals that an estimated 9% of those 60 or older have some level of difficulty in at least one functional domain: seeing, hearing, communication, cognition, walking, or self-care. And 1% have either a lot of difficulty or cannot function in at least one domain. Our inclusive friends. We are well aware of the needs of our friends from the Inclusive Friends Association. We use this forum to urge INEC to improve, or to provide, I should say, sign language interpreters at polling units and registration centers for the November the 6th Anambra governorship election. I would like to close with these words from Mahatma Gandhi and Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson said, "The measure of a society is how it treats the weakest members." Then Gandhi also said, "The true measure of any society can be found in the way it treats its most vulnerable members." I urge INEC to make a bold statement on this matter. Anambra beckons.
Gratitude for the support that the Commission has received since 2015 when Professor Mahmoud Yakubu assumed duty. And I can make bold to say that, but for that support, it will have been extremely difficult for the Commission to achieve the successes that we have recorded in the past 4 to 5 years. I'm saying this because you can write the best paper, perform the best feats, do all kinds of things, but if the media is not there to amplify what you are doing and to buy into it, you will only be talking to yourselves. So I don't take that for granted. Because I'm a member of your family, I know how difficult and challenges these days are in this country. Financial pressures, family pressure, work pressure, and in the midst of it all, you still do your job. You leave home every morning, you cover your stories, you write your stories, you send them in. People just get the papers or go online, so they don't know what effort it takes to get those things done. That brings me to the recognition of the press in the Constitution. So it's not just that the press is just practicing what it is practicing. It is there in the Constitution under freedoms, and now amplified by the Freedom of Information Act of 2011. In fact, with that Freedom of Information Act, you can hold every government institution accountable. And if they don't respond to your questions, you have the right to challenge them, even in court, for that. And in recognition of that fact, we at INEC, we are taking that very, very seriously, because INEC is not just like any other institution. It conducts election, the most sensitive activity in this country. because it is those elections that determine who occupy government offices, political offices at the federal and state levels. And when the current commission assumed duty, we tried to improve on what we met on ground in terms of providing information. And of course, you will have noticed that things have improved greatly. Now, almost every week after the commission meeting, if there is a major policy decision, we issue press statements, we open up to you. Just this morning before Commissioner Okoye came here, was at ITV. He's practically going to television station, including myself and the Director of Voter Education, to various media organizations almost every day to respond to issues, to take part in live programs and ensure that we provide information. But there are challenges, ladies and gentlemen. For me, I don't know who started this term of citizen journalism, really, because they are creating a lot of problems for us. Right, we have the right to information. We are not stopping anybody from publishing news, but journalism is not for anybody. It appears that people just jump into our profession thinking that they can do it. You know, you can't jump into the medical profession anyhow. You can't jump into the legal profession anyhow. Even pharmacists, you know, you can't stand up and say, you know which drugs you can take. You take Aboniki here, you take Fensic there. No, a pharmacist will have a different approach. And this beauty, these tenets that we hold very dear, they are now being bastardized by these so-called citizen journalists because of the kind of rumor and misinformation and fake news that is spread. So I think that individually, it's our duty to make sure that the truth is always out there when we are reporting. And of course, like I said, but for your support, only God knows how many fake news will have consumed INEC as an institution. Just last week, there was something about Anambra, and before I knew it, different versions were coming out in the media. We said we are going to conduct Anambra, and so people were saying we are not going to conduct Anambra election. And I was like, where did we say we are not going to conduct Anambra election? For 2019 general election, we all saw all manner of fake news. And you see, you know, there is a close relation between journalism and public relations.
The police is the lead agency when it comes to issue of internal security and, of course, electoral processes, particularly the ICES, that is Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security. Our job is always very simple. I know the Inspector General of Police has directed DIG operations to prepare a very robust operation order for adequate deployment of both human and material resources to monitor the election, assist INEC to monitor the election. We, as I speak with you, the Commissioner of Police in Anambra, CP Tony Olofo, has been meeting with ICES in Anambra. And I know the Electoral Commissioner, Anambra, if he's there, will have confirmed that. The command has written to the force headquarters what they need so that the force headquarters can send to them to augment the strength and resources they have in Anambra. So the IGP has given certain directives, and as I speak with you, I'm sure before we have the election on November 6th, there are so many other senior officers. The way we do as a practice will be sent to Anambra to assist the Commissioner of Police, who is in charge of that command. We always partner with other security agencies, and majorly I expect that by now, and I know the media, particularly our people there, must have been enlightened members of the public in Anambra that definitely will have restriction of movement on that day. So we want people in Anambra to take note of this, and we want you to please educate them on time. I know Oga Okoye is always everywhere to talk to them and to do this, but a wicked man knows he's a wicked man. He's only waiting for someone to tell him. We Nigerians, we know what to do. But at times we always want to deviate and do what is not right. But it's that time we started thinking right and be patriotic enough to respect our laws in this country. The police will enforce all laws on this day. And you know the election is a process, pre, during, and after. We know the process has been on, campaigns, all the lights, police has been doing what a responsible institution like ours should do. We have given men to all of them, having their campaigns, rallies, and what have you. Then, to protect sensitive materials of INEC facilities. You know some of these facilities, one way or the other, have been attacked before now. So we need to add more pep in this area to make sure we fortify security around the INEC facilities in Anambra, of course, and other states. During the election, we know what to do. We always have about 3 rings of security system. The outer ring will be the one for restriction of movement. Because I think a day or 2 days too, the Commissioner of Police will make this declaration, and we are prepared for that. The middle ring will be those that will be on motorized patrol. They are armed. The job of these people is to race down to anywhere we have problems. And the inner ring is those that will deal with polling units. Those ones are not armed. That's what the law says. They are not armed. But we have this system to the inner ring and outer ring to assist the people that are various polling units in case there's any problem. Estate of the they say now there's another one called fifth estate of the everybody wants to practice journalism and is giving us a lot of challenges. So I want to urge the media that every moment, that's why I love what INEC is doing, because whatever you want to plan, even me in the police, I always advise our senior officers that whatever operation you want to do, let us involve the media, have an issue right from the beginning, so that it won't be as if we go to be reactive to anything that comes out of this after our operation. When we want to have certain operations, we will involve the media, like the INEC is doing, and I know, I'm sure, when we go to Anambra before the main day, there's still going to be another forum like this to discuss certain issues.